Hello everybody, how is it going? So, today we're playing some Reiju. It's against I think 2 black yellow Luffys and an Enel, so I guess against a bunch of yellow decks. If you count kinda Luffy as a yellow deck. I don't know. I feel like he's just like his own deck. He doesn't really play like the other yellow decks, but we have a pretty strong start here with the both events, like the stage and the search event, so we're looking solid. Honestly, Reiju in this format is like very good. It just sucks that like red purple law just kind of hard counters this deck. Yeah, because all of her other matchups are like very good. She almost plays a little bit like red purple law with like Porsche, and the fact that you just can like drop 2 bodies pretty much every turn. Your hand management might even be better than law because you have the draw 1 plus your leader effect to like draw, so you kind of have like a draw 3, which is obviously very good. But I should have probably used stage here first. I just didn't. I don't know. I think I got a bit excited, but it's fine. We had the pieces we wanted here with the Porsche and the Ichiji. Yeah, like very strong. Like law is usually dropping like a 4 or a 5 and a 4 on like their 5 down turn. Like on your turn 2, you get to play a 3 and a 7, which is kind of nuts. Also, I'm not attacking. This is black yellow Luffy. Kind of just how I always play this matchup in I think pretty much every deck I play is just build up a board as fast as we can, and they'll most likely be taking their own life, so we're just gonna have one turn where we put up a lot of pressure. We're gonna try to stay healthy, obviously. Reiju's pretty good at that because we have a lot of ways to refill our hand and those ways mostly just being Reiju, but still, yeah, just gonna stage. Yeah, we don't really find anything great, but it sets up our Ichiji, or our Niji, which is just another body to have, which is always good. Obviously, we'll Porsche first. We'll hope we get a free card. We don't. It's all good though. We still get to draw after we play out something here. We get another chopper, and we'll use leader effect, cheat out the Reiju, draw 2 more, and yeah, just like that, on our 3rd turn we have 4 bodies. I'm sorry if you can hear the plane outside, but Luffy doesn't really have much removal outside of the 5 drop, and when we're playing 2 cards a turn, just losing 1 to that doesn't feel too bad, especially if they're not putting up a body, so we're kind of chilling. Also, obviously our bigger bodies are kind of hard to deal with. They're not really going anywhere, but yeah, we're looking good. He's already put himself down to 2 life. If he this isn't a turn where he can like take all of it and then go 9k, because you need 6 Dawn with the 2/2 drops plus leader effect, and he's on 7 right now, so he could only play like 1 Flampe, and then if he plays like another one to take his last life, it just doesn't work out. He could be like 7, I guess, and leave something in life, which like isn't really great because you'll probably lose that whatever you left in life the following turn. Yeah, it's just not a good combo, but he's gonna play down a Garp, picks up an Ace. I believe that's the 5 drop, I think. I didn't hover over it, so I'm not too sure. We're just gonna assume it's the 5 drop. Still has 6 Dawn to work with. He is gonna put himself to 1 life, which is kind of scary to do. I mean, we know we're attacking this turn because he's like guaranteed next turn to be able to go to 0 and leader effect, so yeah, that's just the plan for now. He might even put himself to 0 this turn, just kind of how his Dawn is working out. He might play another Flampe, go to 0, and then just make himself 7 with 1 in life, which might work out. It's still kind of scary to do. Okay, no, he's actually going to play Mont d'Or, which is pretty uncommon, but he takes his life, KOs my Porsche. Very interesting. Does get to heal here, but I feel like you're gonna lose a lot for doing this. But hey, to each their own. To be fair, I am Reiju. I'm only gonna have 4 Dawn to work with next turn, so it's not like they're gonna be huge attacks. It's just gonna be like probably just a bunch of 5s plus the 7, and we're definitely gonna play that pudding, which is absolutely disgusting in this matchup. It's about to be a -5. After he leader effects, it's just going to be a -4, but still absolutely ridiculous just playing 4 Dawn to rip 4 cards and also shuffling their hand, which they've been doing a ton of searching, so, you know, we could definitely get rid of some of the pieces there. Yeah, I feel like our matchup into this deck is just really solid because of Pudding. I feel like you can kind of do the same thing with Dofi, with obviously like Jinbei. You just really don't want a leader effect, which like sucks because you're Dofi, but also like if you have a decent start, you can usually set it up where you can like Jinbei on your earliest turn and then like maybe play Boa, or just continue playing out Jinbeis if you have them. But yep, we're gonna hit them with the Pudding, which is gross, and we're just gonna swing the rest of our board. Next turn we'll be at 6. I don't think we have another Ichiji set up, so that's kind of, it's not the best, but like I think like after this turn we're just in such a good spot that like we should be fine. Like he might not even be able to get to 9k next turn just because of whatever he mulliganed into here. It does let one of the Sabos go. We'll go 5 again. He might end up losing both these Sabos. Just if he's taking a 5k, counters out of my leader. I think he, yeah, I don't know. I think it's just doomed. I think that turn was just too gross. But yeah, I imagine this is being let go. I do think he still has his graveyard set up, because he did just put a Sabo in there, and yeah, has an ace in there, so he can still heal too. But it's just a matter of can he actually get up to 9k, and even if he can, does he actually live? You know, we'll see. I don't think he can Gecko. I think that's the only thing, because I think he has only a Luffy in trash, like the 2-drop. But he could always set it up with his leader effect by trashing one. Picks up one of the Luffys here. It's the 07 Luffy. Oh, that's the 5-drop. Okay, had to think about it. He's gonna trash that. He's gonna put 2 back in life. I imagine. I don't know. It's just gonna end up being whatever he has in hand. Luffy is solid just because it'll get him his card back, plus remove like any of my 5k bodies, which is nice. Potentially also has the ace. I imagine he has the ace if he's putting it first, so could also definitely clear one of my my 5ks. Could randomly just swing at Ichiji as well, but we could drop just like a ton of counter if we really need to. He's actually gonna swing at life though. I guess that's fair. Yeah, the game is pretty much like decided next turn, I think. So just going at life here, putting me to 0 as well. It's not a bad idea. He's gonna swing 5 with Garp. All right, we'll just counter 1. By the way, I love this Chopper. It is just kind of a bonus card usually off Porsche, but just it's a blocker, which Reiju usually doesn't play unless you were playing the green brother. I can't think of his name, but yeah, I was never really a huge fan of playing him, but this Chopper is really nice because if you're just less than or equal Dawn to your opponent, you just get the ramp 1 rested, and it's just a 0 blocker. Like, it just feels good. Most of the time you'll have extra Dawn to play it if you want to. It's just a nice card. But looks like he's going to activate Monthor, so did not have the ace there. Doesn't pop anything, but because he can't. Wait, no, he could have, right? Oh, I guess because it didn't add the card to the hand. Is that what happened there? Maybe. Yeah, cheats out the Luffy. Interesting, he decided to pop the Pudding instead of, like, any of my 5ks. Or, like, the 4-drops. Okay, it just ends up scooping it up there. Next up, we got a Nell. This is a, I feel like it's always been a pretty okay matchup for Reiju. Ichiji early is always kind of tough to deal with. Can't pop it with, like, Gadatsu or anything. But he is attacking me, so probably either just knows the matchup that, like, oh, my Gadatsu is not really going to get much value, so yep, even countering with it, so he knows. We're going to just play down the Ichiji on curve. We've thankfully found a stage here, which is very nice. We're just going to swing 7. He'll take. No trigger is really going to interact with my Ichiji right now. He's going to swing 10 at the Ichiji. That's raw. To be fair, I mean, sometimes an L just doesn't have early plays, so doing plays like that is kind of, it's alright. We're just going to go 5 again. This turn we probably just want to stage, cycle out the Reiju, find whatever, and then just Porsche. Oh, psych, putting as a card. It's a disgusting card. Yeah, we'll still cycle out the Reiju, pick up a Sora. Yeah, that worked out very well for us. I think he had like 9 cards in hand or something. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Swings 12 at the Ichiji, we'll just let him go. Yeah, it's about time. Now we kind of just have, we get to rip at least 1 card. this turn, which is nice. Potentially ripping more if he respects me just having an EGG, which isn't like unlikely, but we'll see what we find. We're gonna use our stage. We're gonna have a choice here. Probably just grab another Reiju. Reiju could find an EGG, so there is that. We get the bonus card. You'll love to see it. This combo is just too good. It's so satisfying. I don't think I have a 5-drop for the Niji, so we're just gonna Reiju. Hopefully we find an EGG. We don't, but you know, it's all good. Can just get down the chopper. And now we have, you know, 3 attackers for next turn. If we count pudding, I think we can count pudding. If we're just poking to get, you know, cards from his hand, I think it's completely fine. We do have another 7-drop, so not that we really needed it, but I guess it's a free cycle next turn, which is nice. He's gonna Yamato, pop the Reiju, attack me for 5. I'm just gonna stay as healthy as I can. We're gonna be in a grind game for a little bit, but it should be fine. I'm gonna pick up probably the Niji. I think we're pretty set on the Reijus, and we'll just get to poking. Always just gonna take that. Doesn't get a trigger. I'm gonna swing with my leader before pudding, which is potentially greedy because I guess pudding could be KO'd by a trigger. But if I do it this order and he counters this one, I don't have to swing with my pudding, which is nice because, you know, just leaving a body active that he can't really interact with outside of like Yamato is cool. We're gonna Reiju again. We're going digging. We're trying to find this EGG. We find him. So now that he knows I have the EGG, just swinging with this pudding has value, and we don't even necessarily have to play the EGG. He takes it. Okay, so we are going to end up playing the EGG. There are so many planes tonight. I'm very sorry if they're coming across in the video. It's just unfortunate. We're going to swing with the EGG because we have the chopper. Like, this card is so nice. I love it. I love just having it in the deck. It also can help sometimes if you want to play Judge, and you know, you already like used one of the lower drop effects, so great card. Amazing. He's going to go 7 at the Porsche. We'll probably just counter this and then block the Yamato attack because we want to just keep as many bodies as we can because that just equates to more cards out of his hand. Won't necessarily get game, but you know, we'll just end up winning out on the resource war here. We're going to cycle the chopper, kind of just find another EGG, it's whatever. Treat it a 1k counter for a 1k counter. We're going to go 5, he'll counter. We might as well, put a little bit more pressure on. We'll go 7. Like, a trigger could very easily just end us going for a game here, which is fine. We half just expect it, honestly. So we'll go 7-7. He does take. And he gets the Veggie. Alright, so that just means we're just playing something else. We'll just play down 2 bodies. No bonus card off the Porsche. All good. What are you going to do? We'll just cheat out the Niji. We get a draw EGG. That's fantastic for next turn. And we'll just bring out the Niji just as another attacker. And even if he like clears 3 of my bodies here, we'll still have like 3 with our leader, 3 swings. So we're still pretty much able to go for game if we want to. We're at 4 life, so we're not really stressing. We can counter this if we want to. We might just be okay with letting all this stuff go. But nope, we do counter. That's raw. So we're pretty likely going to keep a decent amount of our board here. Going 2 down on leaders, that means no Yamato. Maybe another Katakuri, but that's a desperation Katakuri because you're putting another Kata in life. So I'm just gonna poke probably. Okay, we'll go for 7. He only has 2 cards. He has to drop both if he wants to get out of this, and he does. All right, so we'll just go 5. We know this one isn't a trigger. We'll just go 5 again, and it's pretty much just guaranteed game from here because we have the EGG in hand. Even if that was a Veggie, we still had it. I should have just swung 5 with my leader for fun. That's rude though. I wouldn't do that. Well, sometimes I do that. Regardless, we go 11. We end up getting it. It was just a 1k from his life. And yeah, moving on to the last game. It's once again against Black Yellow Luffy. Yeah, I mean, we have a very strong start again, honestly. We don't have the 7-drop yet, but stage plus the Germa 6/6, you know, like search event is very good. We'll have a Niji set up. Not that it gets like a ton of value in this matchup, but it's fine. We'll just grab another Ichiji, cycle out the Niji, find probably a 2k, yeah, and we'll just pass. Luffy, he'll either go like 5-5 here, or he'll have some searches he wants to get off, and he'll just go remaining Dawn on leader. We'll have to see. Okay, so does have another Garp. It's just gonna get some more searches done. Is gonna find an ace. I believe that's the 5-cost one. I should hover over these, it's my bad, but I don't know. I imagine a 7k is just coming our way. Unless he has like an event or something here that's resolving and the game isn't telling me it's happening. Possibility 2. No, it actually goes with Hiyori. I feel like that's kind of an early Hiyori, right? Because why do you really want to stack your life now? Because there's no guarantee that life will stick around unless it's like a trigger, but probably the only attack you're getting this turn is like my leader and potentially Ichiji, and like what trigger interacts with Ichiji, so I don't know. a little bit odd, unless he's playing like productive triggers, which is kind of rare, but regardless, I'm kind of ranting. We're going to play down the Porsche, we're going to whiff, no bonus card, and we'll just cheat out, I believe Niji is all we have set up, so yeah, we'll get out the Niji, and we'll just pop a Garp, because why not? We just want to get bodies on our board, and we'll pass it over. Obviously, Porsche could be KO'd by Luffy, but he's not really establishing much if he does that, so it's fine. It's all good. We still trade up with that because we have Niji off of it. He's going to play Makino and take that life again. I don't know, I feel like playing Makino and, what's her name? Flampe early is fine. It's just, I feel like that Hiyori was probably just a misplay. Maybe he just wasn't thinking about it, but is going to stack the Luffy and then cheat out the Luffy. So, no attacks this turn from us, which is fine. We probably weren't going to anyway, so it's kind of all good. He is only going to be on 7 Dawn next turn, so he could technically put himself to 0 using the 5-drop Luffy and like another Makino, Flampe, any of those, and you know, kind of get his stuff started, but I think we're still just going to hold out. If he has it, he has it, you know. He doesn't have a ton of cards in hand, so yep, we'll just get down on their body. Only minusing 1 this turn, which yeah, if he is gonna be able to, you know, get to start making his leader 9k, we definitely want more Dawn than what we're at right now, but we're gonna have to see if he has it or not. It's just gonna play down the Sabo. Alright, so we're chilling. We're probably gonna attack next turn. We're just gonna hope he uses Luffy this turn. Is down to 5 cards in hand. I feel like that's pretty low for Luffy. I feel like it's mainly just the Hiyori and the Makino that are kind of hurting his hand right now. Is going to use the Luffy. That's great for me because we probably want to attack. We definitely want to attack. I mean, he should know his last life, so I mean, he could play like a 2-drop and cheat out something else if he has it. That is a thing, but that also puts him to 0, so a little bit scary, but also you're at 7k. It's not that scary. Gonna go 2 Dawn on leader. Attacking me for 7. Uses leader effect. I don't even know you could use leader effect and like not resolve it. It's kind of funny. I guess it, you know, lets you get whatever you want in your graveyard. I guess just preparing a bit for next turn. We'll counter out of the 7. We could also counter out of this 8, which we do. That's fair. You want a little bit of a buffer because we're probably not going to kill this turn, but we will have a decent amount of pressure. We're going to cycle out the pudding, pick up a judge. I doubt we're playing judges this game. It's already getting near the end just because of, you know, just obviously our life, hand size, stuff like that. And we're only on 5 Dawn, so it'd take another 2 turns to play judge. So we're just going to start with the 7. He will counter out. We'll go 6 with the Niji. He has played a couple 2Ks, so it's not super unlikely he does not have 2Ks at this point in the game, especially after dropping that one for the 7K attack. So yep, drops 2 1Ks. We're happy about that, so the 6K either goes through or gets blocked. Either one. And I'm not sure if we have another Ichiji set up here. We do have the 4-drop, obviously, but I'd have to look at my trash to know. Here we go. We do not, which is unfortunate, but we could do like Reiju plus Chopper. It's not the worst. Gets us a couple more cards in hand. Or we could just go 9 and like force the Sabo block. We're probably not dying. Like, I guess Ace, Luffy, Leader is a bit scary, but okay, we're gonna play it a little bit safe. We're just gonna go 7. We'll force out the Sabo. And it looks like whatever, just didn't want to go to 0 cards there. And we're gonna play out the Reiju. We'll draw 3. Let's go. We pick up at least one more 2k plus 2 1ks. We should be pretty secure and not dying. Hopefully we'll be able to defend at least a bit of our board. And now he's most certainly in a spot right now. We're gonna have to see if he actually has the 2 drops he needs to become 9. And at this point, even if he does, he's gonna be at no cards in hand, so he like has to kill me. I don't even think with Sabo he lives, right? Because we'll have 6 down next turn, and we go 2 on EGG, and then 2 or the rest on like Niji, and that should just be game because it'd just be 9/9. And he'd have no cards, or he'd have 1 card actually. How do you get that card? Maybe I'm just delusional. That's possible. Oh, there you go. He just didn't resolve Sabo yet. Okay, so yeah, if he does have the other 2-drop, which he did, you know, he did just discard a 2-drop Luffy. So maybe he's just deciding between doing that or just staying a 7k leader with 1 card in hand. Psych, he's gonna activate his 5-drop Luffy. Maybe he's gonna play like another Sabo. That could be not bad. Because what, I try to just harass him with 7s, he might live, and then he just needs to go for game. It could work out. He's gonna go 4 Dawn on Luffy. I'd rather not let that go. I'm just counting my counter. I think we have to though. Yeah, unfortunate, but we do have another 4-drop, so it's okay. We'll go 10 at the Niji. We can't counter this. That means we're committed to going for game. Which is, I mean, if we find a Reiju, which we did, I mean, maybe we could survive 1 more turn, but it's kind of unlikely. We do know he didn't have 2Ks from before, so the Sabo definitely could have found him 1, but we're going to test it, just see what happens. If anything, we just play the Reiju and kind of back off. We still get 1 more swing with the Niji if we go that route, which is pretty nice. He's going to block with Sabo and just let it go. So I'm just going to gamble here and say he doesn't have a 2K. And he does not, has a Moria and an Ace, and we end up taking it. Very good. So yeah, that's Reiju. I'll throw up the deck list. The deck is very strong into, I want to say, every matchup but Red Purple Law, which is fine. You know, it's okay. I still, like, the matchup might be winnable against Law. I haven't really played it enough to actually tell you, but yeah, the deck is still a ton of fun. Porsche is a really cool inclusion. The card is very solid. Just have to run 4 of that and 4 Chopper, and you know, sometimes you'll hit, you'll be happy about it, sometimes you won't, but it's still fine. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.